Okay, that was the theme song for our Korean drama. Okay, let's start this episode by reviewing what we've discussed last lesson. Okay, we started off with A Maths chapter 4, polynomials and identities, right? So I told you poly means many, nomials means terms of this form, ax to the power n. Then we give you some examples of what polynomials are. Okay, the power must be this one must be a non-negative integer. Okay, then we discussed what degree of polynomial means. Degree means the highest power. So in this case, the degree is I wrote 3 wrong. So there's a mistake here. Okay, I simply look at the first one, right? Then I told you it's 3, but the degree is actually 4. All right. So those who didn't notice, you have to be very vigilant, okay, so that you can spot your own mistakes. Okay, now next thing that we went through was we normally use letters of the alphabet, then we put bracket x to represent the polynomials. Okay, so if all these are in x, then this will be x. If all these are in y, then this will be y. Okay, now if I ask you to find f1, then you simply sub 1 into, that means you replace the x with 1, replace. So that was what we learned last lesson. Identities means all the values of x, all real values of x that you sub in here, right? Any x value that you sub in here will be true for an identity. Okay, yeah. So if I sub in 0, the left hand side, the value will be equals to the right hand side. I sub in 1 million, left hand side will also be equals to right hand side. So this is what an identity is defined as. And using this concept identities, you can compare the coefficients. Coefficients means the number in front of the unknown. Okay, for example x cubed, then it will be equals to this 4 here. Yeah, so that was what we learned also. Now we also learned that if you are given this kind, you need to expand, change it to the same form, then you can compare coefficients. Okay, we also learned, we went back to primary school to review long division, and we learned that the thing that you are dividing by, okay, is called the dividend, and then the thing that you are dividing with, that means you are dividing this by this, right, is called the, again, you see, I wrote wrongly. That's the reason why I'm reviewing this with you. Okay, I did the other one very late in the night, so some mistakes here. This one is called divisor. Okay, because I divide you. Okay, so I'm the divisor, I'm the one that divide. Okay, this is the dividend, and the remainder, of course, is this. All right, this is called a quotient. All right, so all these are terms that you need to know. Why? Because you need to know this relationship. You will see me discussing this later. Okay, now another way to write this is I divide throughout by my, okay, so now we are learning something new. I divide throughout by my divisor. So this is one term, this is another term, plus another term, right? So I divide each one of them, both sides of the equation, by the divisor. Okay, later I'll come back to this page. So don't you agree that this will cancel out? So dividend over the divisor, meaning 11 over 2, okay, here I'm linking here to here, is equals to 5. Okay, now here I just wrote 5 remainder 1, right, because that was what you learned in primary school. But of course, to make it mathematically correct, to put an equation here, I must put plus, correct, plus 1 over 2, correct or not? Because 11 over 2 is 5.5, right? So this is what we call the dividend. Okay, divisor, 2 is the divisor, 5 is the quotient, and the remainder is the 1, and the divisor is 2. Yeah, so I hope you are clear about that. Okay, so we more or less did one last thing, and we compare the coefficients, okay? And we also did a long division question, all right? I'm going to continue with the long division here, but I'm going to let you see that there are different ways of asking the same question. For example, I can ask you to do long division of this one divided by this one, okay? This polynomial divided by this polynomial. But I can phrase the question in such a way as express this divided by this in the form this plus this, okay? Which was exactly what I've shown you earlier, this form. Okay, is it this form? Let me see. Yeah, it's this form. This form, see, quotient and then remainder over divisor, okay? Meaning to say, your this fella here is your dividend divided by the divisor, okay? Then is equals to whatever, okay? So there, how do you do this question? We can use a long division, all right? So I'm going to revise with you long division because you will need long division in later you see one subtopic called partial fractions, okay? But we'll leave that for now. We will not discuss that now. We will do this first. Now, you take a close look at this. This divided by this. How do we do it? The method discussed in the last lesson is to attack them one by one, okay? Divide and conquer. So we attack them one by one. What times 3x to the power of 2 will give me 9x to the power of 5? So you think about it, it must be x power 3, right? Okay, and the number must be 3, right? So x power 3, you write here on top, all falling in line. So you see, number, okay, those who were with me since sec 1, we learn sign. Consider the sign first, then the number, then the algebra, then you CK. That's check, right? So the snack, SNACK, is sign. The sign, I'm positive, so I'm positive, so what I multiply here will be positive lah. Positive, no need to write. What times what give me 9? 3. And what algebra times this x squared will give me x5, x cubed, okay? So once we have determined what to multiply this first term to get this first term, we can like rainbow method like that, this time this time this, okay? So that's what I'm going to do now. The whole idea, right, is to later minus this off, right? Minus off this, and then we slowly get rid of them all. Divide and conquer, okay? So now we go to the second one. It will be plus 6x cubed. Oh, but then now you see, can I write my plus 6? Sorry, not plus 6. Can I write my this time this, right? 3 times 2 is 6. X cubed times x is x4. Can I write this here? You can, of course you can. How come you can do that? Because you already left a space here for the sec 4s, something like the sec 4, sec 5, sec 3, sec 2, sec 1, and then those who are not in the uniform group, right? So that's the reason why you see, there's no x power 4 here, right, in the dividend, but I put it down as plus 0x4 is to make sure that they're all falling in order of their class. So for example, if I don't do that, right, if I have written this, I show you what's the problem. If I don't leave a blank there, if I don't leave a blank there, right, then I will write 9x5. Then very likely I will write this. Then there's a problem already. Okay, wait, I do the last one. Do the last one. Minus 3x cubed, right? Then it'll be okay. Then there'll be a problem because they are not from the same level. I'm sec 3, you're sec 4. I'm sec 2, you're sec 3. So they're not in order. And then under exam condition, you will do this. Then later you go and minus, right? Then everything will be wrong already. Okay? So that's the reason why I ask you to do things systematically. All the sec 5 falling together, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the non-uniform group people. Okay? Now, after you have done this, you must remember to put a bracket minus off. Okay, so it'll be this minus this 0, right? Then this minus this, so it'll be minus, I use a different color now. This minus 3, so it'll be plus 3. Okay, plus 3 of these sec 3s. So it'll be minus 7x cubed. If you're not sure, you okay, then how about this? This one, you got to throw it down. Okay, what do you mean by throw it down? Because you see, I minus you no more, I minus you left with this, I minus you, this one is left over. So we need 3 more people here to later be subtracted from this one. You will subtract this from this one. Okay, so I need 1 more person here. So the sec 2 student comes down. Okay, now after you have done this, then now is the time to attack this fella already. Okay, what times this will give me this. So you see, why I ask you to make them all fall in order, right? Most of the time is like that. The next person, right, will be like maybe 2 or 1 or a non-uniform group people. So they see this x power 2 times x power 2 is x power 4, you see? Okay. But it may not always be this case, but most of the time, right, you'll be some people along this, so you are doing things in order. Okay, now let's do the SNACK, the SNA first. I am negative. Oh dear, I'm negative. You are positive. So definitely we must have a negative. That's why you must use a snack. It guides you in doing things systematically. Okay, so minus times plus equals minus. Sorry, I should be pointing here. Okay, minus times plus equals minus. Okay, very good. Now we need to do the number. What times 3 equals 6? 2 lor. Here equals 6, right? Okay, okay, then now what times x squared equals x power 4? X squared. Yeah. All right, so this will give us this, which is our purpose. You see, we want to get rid of this first guy. All right, now the others you don't worry, you multiply accordingly. Okay, then you put a bracket, put a minus outside so that you know that this whole thing going minus. Okay, I changed a different color now. Okay, now our job, of course this one is 0 lah, no need to say one, because that was how we started. Then this is minus become plus, so it's minus 3x cubed. This minus this will give us plus 10x squared. All right, again, please come down, we need 1 more person. Okay, so this value will come down like that. Okay, now next what times x square 3x square will give me this fella. So we think about the sign first, always the sign. Sign, number, algebra. Okay, what times plus will give me minus, so it must be minus. Okay, and what times 3 will give me 3? Oh, must be 1 no need to write. What times x square, now the algebra equals to this, so it must be x. Yeah. Okay, so can you see, I same level as you, we write accordingly. Okay, sometimes right, this may be 0, then you just write here for the x. Okay, that means there's no x square term. Yeah. All right. Okay, now that you have obtained this fella, this sec 3 student, okay, sec 3 student, this times this will be minus 2x. Check whether got mistake or not. Okay, minus 2x square. Then minus times that one is plus x. Then you put a square. No, not put a square. You put a bracket like that. Okay. This minus, of course, gone already. This minus becomes plus. This minus this will become 3x. Okay, then please come down, we need one more person, like that. Okay, now finally you see, what times positive will give you positive, the sign, I'm talking about the sign. Oh, it must be positive lor. Okay, then what number times 3 will give me 12? 4. Okay, what times x square will give me x square? Just 1 lah. So don't write. Okay, that means it's a number. Can you see that it's power 3? Sec 2, sec 3, sec 2, sec 1, a non-uniform group person. Okay, so you now that you have gotten this, you multiply. Hey, remember the multiply, you remember multiply yet? You multiply, you get 12x square. 4 times this will be 8x. 4 times minus 1 will be minus 4. Check, okay? Check for mistake. Okay, now what do you do after this? Minus. So 0, right? This one minus this one is minus 5. And this one minus this one will be plus 4. 4 minus 2 is plus 2. Alright, this is your remainder. Okay, this is your quotient. Okay, let me write down. Remainder I just write as R. I think all of you understand, right? This is the divisor. I think this one you all should know, divisor. Okay, this one is your quotient. Okay, and this is your dividend. Okay, next time those of you who buy shares, or you become a very rich man or rich Tai rich lady, then you go and buy shares, right? Every year they will give you dividend. This dividend will be divided among all the shareholders. So it's the original sum that you will divide. So it's called dividend. So you may want to use that to help you remember. Okay, now you see, they want me to write in terms of the quotient. Okay, I write in terms of the quotient. Quotient is what? Quotient is this fella. 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus x plus 4. Okay, so this is my quotient. Alright, quotient, and after that they want me to write as plus remainder over, remainder is this one, right? Minus 5x plus, okay, so as not to confuse you, this is not a division sign, plus 2 over, what's the divisor? Divisor is this thing that we divide it by, so it's 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Finish already. Yeah, which means wait, okay, you can see clearly, right? Which means, right, this thing here, this dividend divided by divisor is equals to quotient plus remainder over divisor. Okay, yeah, so that's all for the first example. Now let me go to the second example. Actually, I plan to do quite a few questions with you, but it's already 18 minutes. Okay, time flies. Okay, now the expression, this one, when divided by this one, leaves a remainder of this one, where A and B are constants. Oh, do you know what they're talking about? Do you know what the question is talking about? The question is saying that when when I take this, when divided by this, right? When I divide by this, it leaves a remainder. You do already, you do. The remainder will be what? Will be ax plus b. Okay, that's what they're trying to tell you, so how do you find the ax plus b? So we first way that we can do, right, which is a long way, is the long division way. This way is called long division, right? You see that it's longer than the method 2 that I'm going to show you. Oh, by the way, you may want to copy this into your notebook, so that you can refer without having to watch this episode again. Also, you should actually be practicing. Maths is about practicing. Okay, so how do we do it? We do it as if we are just doing long division. Then right until the end, where you get your answer, that's the remainder, right? Oh, then you compare the coefficient, lor. Compare. That means confirm. I guarantee you later your answer right will be maybe 4x plus 2 or a number plus number times x plus some other number or minus some other number. Confirm one, okay? Why am I so sure? Because they already told you. They already told you that it's like that. Okay, never mind. I show you what I mean. Okay? But first thing first, everybody fall in. I see, fall in already. The sec 5 fall in here. Where are the sec 4s? Then they say, sir, no sec 4, sir. Then I say, why no sec 4? Oh, they're having SSL, so they'll be late. Okay, never mind, leave a blank file, leave a blank space for them. Then the sec 3 fall in beside. Sec 2. Then the, where's the sec 1? Yeah, where's the sec 1? Then they say, oh, sec 1, they went out learning journey. Huh? COVID-19 still go learning journey? Yes, they don't care. Oh, I said, that's terrible. I will complain to the school. Then sec 1, we have to leave a blank because they are not here. Okay, so minus 4 will be here. All right, so whenever there are like missing x4, x to the power 4 or x, right? You see no x, you leave a blank space. Why leave a blank space? I explained to you before already. Is to reduce the chance of you making mistakes, okay? Unless you are super good in algebra. Okay, now let's check the divisor. Divisor also must fall in place. Sec 2, Sec 1, and then those non-uniform group people. Okay, now we are ready. We are ready already. So use the SNACK, okay? Then you check. CK is to check. Sign, number, then algebra. Okay, so the sign, what times 1 equals to 2? Oh, sorry. What sign times positive equals to positive? Must be positive, right? Oh, must be positive. Okay, now, what number? What number times 1 will give me 2? Must be 2 lah. Okay, then what algebra? X to the power what times x squared will give me x5? Must be x3, lor. So we start here, okay? We start here. That means just now we say plus, right? Plus. 1, right? 1 only, right? Then x3, right? Like that. So x cubed times this one is, but we didn't have a 2. Yeah, so just now I missed out. Must have a 2, like that, okay? So in your mind, you just imagine that you are doing in that order, lor. Plus times plus, give me plus. 2 times 1, give me 2. X power 3 times x power 2, give me x5, lor. Okay, so you stay here, you stay here. Very good. This is like the leader of the pack, leader of the pack. You stay here. You give the command. This times this will be 2x5. Correct? Check, check. Correct or not? Yeah, correct. Then now you times this. It's like rainbow method. Then now you have to minus 2 x4. Then this times this will be minus 4 x power 3. Then whole thing bracket minus off. Alright, draw a line. This of course will be gone, because that was the purpose of this fella here. 0 minus this, that will be 2x4. I go a bit faster. This minus this will be plus, right? Plus 4 minus 1, that will give me 3x cubed. Okay? 3x cubed. But then we are short of one person for the second round of this. So you come down and help, please. Yeah, you come down and help. Sec 2, come down and help. Okay, so this fella come down and help. If it's a plus, just follow, just come down only. Okay, now I'm going to use, never mind, same ink. Okay, now second round already. Positive, so this must be positive, lor. Correct, Plus times plus, give me plus what? Okay, now what times 1 equals to 2? Must be 2 lah. So now we do the algebra idea. What algebra times x squared give me x4? Must be x squared lah. Okay, so that's why I put it here. It's in the same column as the sec 2s. All the sec 2s are here. Alright, now we are done already. We are done. We just have to multiply it. Okay, meaning we know who the leader is already. We have selected the leader. Okay, then you multiply. Then you multiply minus 2x cubed. You multiply minus 4x squared. Very good. Then you put a bracket, put minus. Must put bracket. Okay, now this minus this 0. This minus minus becomes 5x cubed. This minus minus becomes 5x squared. Check for any error, okay? Any error you must highlight to me, plus 0x. Okay? Why must this fella come down? Because there are 3 people here. We need 3 people here to do the later the multiplying and minusing. Okay, now we're ready to do the next round. Next round is like that. What sign plus times plus is plus must be plus. Then what number times 1 equals to 5 must be 5 lor. Okay, then what you call that? What algebra times x squared equals to x cubed must be x. That's why I put it here. Okay, if it's not the one with x, I'll write it here. Okay, I'll write it here. But actually it doesn't matter where you write, but you know, when you do things systematically, then you check, right? It's very clear. If you make mistake, you can see very clearly. Okay, now that you have established the leader already, leader multiply here. Okay, leader multiply here. Leader multiply here. Okay, put a bracket, minus of, you will get, this one is minus 10x squared. This one you will get plus 10x. And please come down to help. Oh, wait, this is minus 4. Okay, now can we still continue? Let's check. What sign times positive will give me positive? Must be positive. Okay, what number times 1 equals to 10? Must be 10. Okay, what algebra times x squared will give me x squared? Oh, must be x power 0, right? So it's just 1. So it's just 10 times this. So 10x squared, then 10 times this, minus 10x. Okay, 10 times this is minus 20. Alright. Oops. Okay, you can see already. Okay, so double check whether correct or not. Correct or not. Very good. Then you minus. Minus. Okay, this minus this is actually plus. So it's 20x. This is not 0. It's then minus, that means it's plus 10 plus 10, 20. Minus 4 minus 20, so it's plus 16. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached this fella. It's time to stop the operation. Okay, how I know must stop already? Because if I were to ask myself, right, what times x squared will give me x? Oh, then I will have to have 1 over x, right? 1 over x times this. It's as if you are divided by x, then you can get this, right? Oh, then cannot already, because 1 over x, 1 over x, right? You take 10 times this, you will get this. Okay, so you want to get this, 20, 20, okay? 20 over x, right? You go and times this, you get 20x, right? Okay, but this one cannot. Why cannot? That's why we need to know what is polynomial. Polynomial cannot be negative. This must be a non-negative positive, non-negative integer. Okay, it must be a non-negative integer. Alright, so because this is negative, so cannot already. So I hope you notice whenever this number here, the remainder, is less, the power or the degree is less than the degree of the divisor, we will stop the operation. Okay, I highlight to you again. You see, whenever my degree, okay, which is 1, is less than the degree of the divisor, I stop the operation already. Okay, just now when it's x squared, right, you see, when it's x squared, I didn't stop that. Why? Because same, I can still continue, right? But once the degree of the whatever is here, now we call it the remainder, right, is less than the degree of the divisor, we stop of the operation. Okay, just like all those shows, they say abort, abort, abort mission. So we will stop already. Okay, everybody understand? Now, how do we continue? Oh, they tell us that the remainder is ax plus b, what? So, isn't this the remainder? So, isn't your a, if you compare the coefficient, isn't your a 20, your b 16? Yeah, no, so that's all. That's all to this question. Okay, so this is the first method to do this question, and it is a very long method because we use long division. Okay, makes sense, right? You use long division, so of course your method must be long, If not, we won't call it long division already. We'll call it short division. Okay, so it's a long division method. Okay, now is there a short division method? Method 2. Do we have a method called the short division method? Don't have lah, don't have, okay? We don't have short division method. We have another method, okay? Which we don't call short division method. We use our brains. It doesn't mean that the long division method don't use brains. It doesn't mean that. We use this. Use what? This one. This one. This one, can you see this one? Just now, not just now. The previous episode, I wrote this. I wrote this, right? It's wrong, right? It's wrong, Yeah. Then nobody say anything, Nobody say anything in the video. Yeah, because in the video, even if you say anything, I also cannot hear. Yeah, but nobody WhatsApp me also. Okay? You must be able to spot mistakes. So the dividend, which is the 11, okay, the 11 is equals to the quotient times the divisor plus the remainder. Correct? Meaning 11 equals to 5 times 2 plus 1. Make sense? Make sense, This is the quotient and so on and so forth, right? We're going to use this primary school method, okay, to solve this question. So sometimes primary school method is better, better. Okay, so we take a look how to do this question, same question as just now, but using a shorter method. Okay, now, isn't this your dividend? And isn't this the divisor? Okay, correct. And isn't this, they already said what, remainder. Isn't this the remainder? Okay, then you ask me, then the quotient, how quotient? We need to do the long division, like just now, right? We need to do this is the quotient, we need to do the long division, then we know what the quotient is, right? Okay, you're right, but in this method 2, which is a very intelligent method, okay, we are not going to find this quotient. We are not going to use long division, okay? We are not going to use long division and then find here. No, we are not going to do that. Then you ask me, you don't do that, then how? We are going to use this dividend is equals to some quotient. I call it a function, this qx, right? Okay, I call it a function in x. All right, this can represent a polynomial, right? Like this, right? Correct or not? That's what we learned in the previous episode. I can use px, qx, fx, gx, hx. It can represent a polynomial, right? So I am going to use qx. Why q? Because q stands for quotient. To represent the quotient. And I'm not going to find the quotient at all. No, I'm not going to. I refuse to. Because I'm going to use a shorter method than my long division. Okay? So I'm going to write these. And don't you agree that dividend is equals to the quotient, I write in red, quotient, Quotient, times the divisor. If you don't understand, please refer to the previous think the previous paper, previous slide lah, plus the remainder. We're going to use this. Okay, so what is the divisor? The divisor in this case is this fella. We put bracket. You must put bracket because it's this whole thing times this whole thing. Okay, and take note. I must emphasize again. This doesn't mean q times x. No, it's a function. A q is a function with in x. We call it q is a function in x. Okay, that means q is made up of all the x terms like that. Okay, it's not y, it's not m, it's not p, whatever. Okay, it's x. Okay, then you plus the remainder. What's the remainder? Ax plus b. Okay, like that. Then you ask me, like that, then how to do? How to do? Still must do long division, what? No need. No need. Very, very powerful method. You don't do anything to the left hand side first, okay? You focus on the right hand side. This qx, right? We are not interested in this qx at all. We are not interested. It's as if this fella, its significance on earth is immaterial to us. Very sad, but it's true. When we use this method, it's true. Okay, now I am going to do this very powerful thing that you learn in Sec 2. Anybody can guess. This very powerful thing you learn in Sec 2. What times what give me this? That's called factorization, right? So I'm going to factorize this. Okay, factorize already. Check correct or not? Okay, so I repeat. This is equals to this times this plus this. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now after you have done this, easy already, very easy already. Why easy? Because I can just now now I can say sub. If I sub x equals to minus 1. When I sub x equals to minus 1, what happened here? What happens here? This it will be minus 1 plus 1, so it's 0, right? 0 times this is 0. 0 times qx is 0. So you see, we've gotten rid of the qx from the face of the earth. So we are not interested in the qx at all. So you see, I sub minus 1 here, right? This will be minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 4. Then minus 1 here, no need to write, it's actually 0. Then down here, right, will be minus a, because this is minus 1 plus b. Okay, now this will give you one simultaneous equation. Alright, you need to form another one, but of course you simplify this first. So let me see, this is minus 2, minus 2, minus 1, 0, minus 4, right? So it's actually minus 4. You can write it as like that first. Call it equation 1. Okay, call it equation 1. Okay, whenever you have two unknowns, you learn last year also this under this topic called simultaneous equation. Okay, simultaneous equation. You have two unknowns, you need two equations. So how to get the other equation? From here. If I can make this, just now I made this one 0, right? Then this will be this one 0, 0, 0. So this whole thing disappeared. The whole idea is to get rid of this fella. It's as if you don't like this fella because you know why you don't like because in order to find this you have to go and do long division very long. I tell you, long division very prone to making mistakes especially during exam so we try to avoid it if possible, okay, but not always possible Okay, so what do you think we should sub x equal to in order to make, just now we make this 0 already, right? Okay, so now we cannot make this 0 again, then we'll get back this thing no use, right? So we have to make this one 0. How to make this one 0? X must be equals to 2 put a 2 inside here. Okay, once you sub x equals 2 same thing, everybody will change the x to 2 this one no this one is q2 but it will disappear after you multiply by 0, okay? So you don't have to bother about it. So 2, 2, 5, then minus 2, like that, and 2, then minus 4. Okay, and down here gone already because 2 minus 2, 0, 0 times this, 0, 0 times this, 0, bye bye, gone already. This one no more. So this will be 2a plus b. Like that. Okay, then now you will have, this one probably need calculator. Okay, so 2 to the power of 5. Then you go and times 2. Then you go and minus 2 to the power. You all don't just watch the show. You must work it out. You must practice using your calculator. No. Okay. What's the number so big? Plus 4. Okay. Then minus 4. Wow, minus 200. Is it? Is it minus 200? So big. 2a plus b. Okay. So this will be equation 2. Now check correct or not? Let me double check. 2 to the power of 5. Then you times 2. Okay, then you go and minus 8. Hey, wrong lah, wrong. You see, nobody say anything. Okay, wait. 2 to the power of 5. Then you go and times 2, right? Then you go and minus 2 to the power of 3. Then you go and plus 4. Then you go and minus 4. 56. Not so big, right? 56. Okay. Okay. So you go and double check. Any mistake, let me know. Then now do what? Then now you solve simultaneously, Solve simultaneously. Okay. Meaning to say, I can take 2 minus 1. Then you will get what? 60. This one will be 3a. This b will be gone. So a equals to 20. And then your b, when you substitute in either one of them, you will get, okay, I copy answer at the back. 16, right? That's one must be the same, right? 16, 16, no? Okay, so that's all. So you see, this is a very powerful method. Then you say, I prefer to do this. I find this easier. You prefer to do this. Can, but I tell you, you tend to make mistake. No, don't do this. You do this, okay? Yeah, you see this one. You see, such a smart method, right? Such a smart method. This method is like primary school, okay? But it doesn't mean that you don't learn the this method. You need to learn the long division method, okay? And why am I teaching you this method? Because you'll be using this method very often in this topic called remainder and factor theorem, okay? This method of knowing this relationship, okay? And sometimes the question will force you to use this method also by saying hence or whatever. Okay, so you need to know this method, okay? So that's all for today's episode. I'll see you next time. Now remember, we are really quite behind in time, okay? And watching these videos and doing them, redoing them at the same time you watch and whatever, right? Or then later you try on your own, will really help you, okay? Now when school reopens, everything is going to go very fast, okay? Very fast. Then you not have time to revise for your PA2, which is another 25% of the whole year's marks, already your PA1, 25% is over, okay? Whether your results good or bad is over, okay? So now let us prepare for PA2. After PA2, not very long after PA2, right? It's end of year already, so you really have to spend these June holidays catching up and then revising your work, okay? Now that's all for today. Thank you. Wait, our ending song. Wait, where's the ending song?